Well, welcome to our one-on-one presented by Bob's Discount Furniture. This week, really happy to welcome in Eagles defensive end Brandon Graham. Brandon, thanks for joining me, man.
Oh, man, thank you for having me.
So let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about your history as a pass rusher, as an athlete. Talk about just football now. When did you first make that move to be a full-time pass rusher? Like, when did that happen for you?
When I got up to Michigan, my freshman year, I had gained some weight, and, Coach Carr was like, we're going to put him in a D-line room. And so Lamar Woodley kind of took me under his wing and, started to help me. And, I just started to just do whatever coach asked me to do, and I grinded from that point, but I always had good examples in front of me. And so, I just tried to do everything I could to watch them, and then that's how I got started.
So you were a linebacker in high school, right? Was there a guy that you emulated and you're like, man, this is who I'm going to be when I get to Michigan or to the league?
Ray Lewis, because he was a hard-hitting. You see how he hit Eddie George and all those guys. Like he was feared, and that's all I wanted, because in high school, people when I left, people were like, man, I was so happy you left, and you don't know you leave that mark until you leave, and then people start telling you what the game plan was. Just get 55, and so it made me feel good, and from that point, I always wanted to be Ray Lewis, but I started to see. That I could start being that, but then I gained weight, which was a good thing because I'm happy where I'm at right now, But at first it was hard for me because I played middle linebacker just like Ray, and when they switched me, I didn't take it well at first, but then Lamar helped me a whole lot.
So I think I know the answer to this question, but I need to hear it from you first. I read that you ran a 4.43 in high school as a linebacker. Nike camp?
Nike camp.
Is that legit?
That's
I need
legit.
to know.
Because, I ran a 4.59 when I came out.
Yep.
But, I'm talking about what was it? 4.69 when I came out for the combine, but that's older me. But, when I came out, I was like 225.
What are you running these days?
I ain't no 5, but I'm for sure probably 4.7, 4.6, 4.8.
Yep, for sure. All right, well, Brandon, take us back. When you were younger, when you were a kid, what other sports did you play? What was your favorite sport growing up?
I had played basketball, even though I didn't put too much time into it like I did football. That was one of the games that now that I got a son, I'm going to learn all the fundamentals as he go so we can go out there and play together. At least know the fundamentals and know exactly how to play the game. Playing in the game and, you know the game, but, I never been on a team where, it was just like, oh man, this is your life. You're trying to get to the next level, and you know how different it is. You got to put the extra work in. I didn't really have that growing up, but basketball was one. Track and field, I ran track. I ran 100, 200. Like you said, I ran the 4.4 coming out, so I was fast then. I ran a 10.9 and 100. You know what I'm saying? Like I was moving at that point. But I threw the shot put, threw the discus. Just to get points and stuff like that. But yeah, pretty much track and field, basketball, and football.
Did that track background you feel like help you when it came to getting ready for the combine and the 40 and the cone drills and things like that?
I felt like it kept me in shape all year round because as soon as we get done with football, springtime here come track and field. And we had a good track team, but the coach was the one that got us all in shape because we used to have to run hills and all kind of different stuff that she kind of created herself. But, it was cool because I didn't know what I was really doing. I just was following people lead, and I'm glad I had some good leadership during that time.
And you mentioned Lamar Woodley, who was, I believe, a second-round pick of the Pittsburgh Steelers, ironically, and went on to have a nice NFL career, did a really good job in the league for a long time. Was he the guy who helped you kind of really fall, helped things to click as a pass rusher? Who else kind of took you under their wing?
A guy named Rondell Biggs. I knew him coming in, and I stayed at his house, actually, during the whole summer when I first came up, before I got all my stuff together. Rondell, him and Woodley used to hang out a lot. So, of course, I'm all hyped because Woodley, a senior coming up, he got all these big awards and stuff that he's up for and all that stuff. And, it was just a guy that I could, look to and really watch the example every day. So just seeing him beat Jake Long and him and Jake Long having battles, it kind of remind me of me and Lane now. Like me and Lane, I go out there beat up on Lane, Lane beat up on me. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on the day, and it's just we getting each other better. But it's just funny when you start to see certain stuff that start happening that you reminisce on from way back when.
So a couple weeks ago in this segment, I talked with Vinny Curry, and we talked about just the amount of coaches that you guys have had, in that D-line room and the different schemes and things like that. When you look at your career and you say, like, the success you had early on and really how you kind of built off, you've talked in the past about how you've kind of fought through the injury and how you came out on the other side of that. When do you feel like the lights really like flicked on for you where you're like, man, like, all right, like I'm ready to be a pro? Like, was there a moment that you kind of think of in your career where that things just kind of clicked?
The year Coach Reed got fired, those last 5 games when I had 5 sacks in 5 games, it was like I was just getting it. And then Chip Kelly came and then the defense switched on me. And so that kind of set me back a little bit. But I had T. Cole, because T. Cole, every day he going to work regardless. And both of us was in the same boat. He didn't want to go to 3-4 either. He was comfortable with what we was in, the attack defense, like which we in now. And that played to our strengths. And so, just seeing him get through it and seeing him work hard to get better in that scheme, it pushed me to get better. And so the first year was all right, but second and third year after that, I started to feel good about it. And then we got back to our homeland, and that's the 4-3. And, obviously T. Cole wasn't here during that time, but I do take some of the stuff that he taught me when he was here by just going hard every day, making sure that I don't take no plays off and, just be me.
What was it that helped that back in 2012 in those last 5 games? Was it what was it that helped that light turn on for you?
What helped was just, first off, we was in this attack defense, and once I learned exactly what the coaches was looking for and how to do it, I just started feeling comfortable. And then when you make plays, you really want to get that thing right. And so I had Jim Washburn during the time, and he was a hard coach on us, but at the same time, I didn't realize I was, starting to, become better and with my technique and a lot of stuff because of repetition and what, he put us through every day. But, it showed up in those last 5 games when I finally got to start. Babin had just got released, and, we just took off. I just took off from there. I just felt like the handcuffs was off me.
Last question for you, Brandon. We'll get you out of here. There's been a lot written. You've talked a lot about that Senior Bowl when you were coming out in 2010. And this week on the Journey of the Draft podcast, I had debuted a new segment. I talked with an Eagle Scout, with Anthony Patch, and he talked about you coming out of college, the Senior Bowl, and that whole experience for you. If you could go back in time and talk to 2010 Brandon Graham coming fresh out of Michigan, go blue, what's the word of advice that you would give to young BG as he's getting ready to start his NFL career?
Make sure that you make sure you eat right. Make sure that you keep working hard, because I felt like I worked hard the whole Senior Bowl because of the coaches that I had, like Chris, he's over with the 49ers, and that's how he got them boys going the same way. But, it was just, I would say make sure that you take full advantage of every opportunity that you get.
Well, BG, thanks so much for joining us here for our one-on-one. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll talk to you soon, man.
Thank you.